Hey everybody, it's GlassDragon. Welcome to an episode of Versus between League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm. Now, are you a true summoner at heart, or perhaps you're a Blizzard fanboy? Well, sit right there and we'll explore the differences between these two games. Before we begin, I want to add a couple of qualifiers. First of all, Heroes of the Storm is technically in its alpha, soon to be closed beta, so it would be simply unfair to compare it to a fully developed game like League of Legends in all aspects of gameplay. In addition, I want to stay away from comparing things that may be chalked up to personal preferences as opposed to fundamental aspects that make up a game. Now, with that being said, we will focus on three elements to compare and contrast between the two games: mechanics, user accessibility, and hero composition. In terms of MOBAs, both games have a few drastically different mechanics that set them apart from one another. In League of Legends, each champion gains experience individually. That means one hero could be leaps and bounds stronger than the rest of his team due to farming, champion kills, etc. Now, League of Legends also has the complex system of items that each character can buy using gold acquired by killing creeps or other champions. Speaking of gold, there is a mechanic known as last hitting, which adds more of an emphasis to the laning phase and really creates an extra dynamic found within League of Legends. Another way to earn both gold and experience is by killing NPCs in what has affectionately been called the jungle. Within the jungle, there is also the infamous Baron, who confers a buff to the team that eliminates him first, as well as the Dragon, which provides bonus gold. There are even several out-of-game mechanics such as runes and masteries, which can significantly enhance a champion's ability to wreak havoc on the battlefield. Most of these out-of-game buffs are earned through the number of games played and the number of victories earned. Unless you're willing to pay out some cash, however, you will have to play through multiple 45-minute games in order to earn enough points to buy some of these enhancements. Although League of Legends does provide more than one stage to play on, virtually all of the games are played on the famous Summoner's Rift. This map's layout stretches all the way back to the original Warcraft 3 Dota map, which was based off of the game Aeon of Strife that began the MOBA genre. Although Heroes of the Storm is similar in terms of game genre, it differs in many of its game mechanics. For instance, Blizzard has eliminated the concept of hero experience and has instead made it so that heroes can earn levels as a team. The game also has no items to speak of, there is no shop, and gold cannot be earned in-game. Instead, Blizzard has decided to replace the item component with talents. These talents can be chosen every 2 levels and have similar effects to that of items in League of Legends, though specific for each hero. Whereas games may last an average of 45 minutes in League of Legends, games of Heroes of the Storm tend to last about 22 minutes. Within these 22 minutes, Blizzard has shaved off much of the grinding that is found in League of Legends and has condensed the game into its core elements. One concept which is very new to the MOBA universe is the mercenary camp mechanic. In Heroes of the Storm, there are several small camps of neutral units, which you can beat into submission and use to push one lane or another. The number and types of mercenaries vary across Heroes of the Storm's current 6 maps. Another type of mechanic introduced into Heroes of the Storm is the idea of objective-based gameplay. Objectives prove to be a sub-level of gameplay that run parallel to the laning phase. Now, objectives can also vary from map to map and can range anywhere from gathering enough tributes to curse the opposing team's base to gaining enough skulls to summon a rock golem. In terms of out-of-game mechanics, there is only the gold/experience system, which is earned through playing games and completing daily quests. Now, gold can be used to buy new heroes, while experience is used to unlock further talents for specific characters. So how do these two games compare to one another in terms of mechanics? Well, I think that one thing that Heroes of the Storm does right is that it attempts to tone down the toxicity that permeates much of the MOBA universe. By having players share the wealth of their experience and by removing the need for gold and last-hitting mechanics, Blizzard has fundamentally positioned players into a more unified state. Now, one argument against this new MOBA is that they have simplified the game to a point where much of the game's depth has been lost. Now, I don't fully agree with this statement, but I do have to concede that League of Legends does provide a more complex arena in which to do battle. Also, the new objective-based gameplay that Blizzard has implemented seems to be a hit or miss ordeal. By that I mean that there are some objectives which add an exciting and engaging tone to the game, yet there are others which can cause an unfair balance in power, just because one team had a better position when a specific mechanic was activated. When League of Legends came out in 2009, it condensed and simplified many of the complex systems that found their way into MOBAs such as Heroes of Newerth and the previously mentioned Dota and Dota 2. However, League of Legends still maintains a surprisingly large amount of complexity and depth. This is nice for those who have spent multiple hours learning the game's secrets, yet it can be quite a chore for new players to really sink their teeth into. And that isn't to mention the 123 currently released champions that are available to learn. It is a daunting task to say the least. There are many characters that Riot has made that even the newest of players can soon master. Now couple that with a smart matchmaking system that Riot has implemented, and players are sure to find an appropriate challenge for their skill level. And although League of Legends complexity may seem daunting to some, it can't be too bad considering its almost 27 million daily player base. User accessibility appears to be the name of the game for many of Blizzard's new titles, including Heroes of the Storm. Especially with the new closed beta, Heroes of the Storm has a well thought out user integration training period. Should the player desire, they can go through a quick and informative training mode to teach them the basics of the game. Now, after the player has completed the basic training, he or she may choose a hero to begin playing a match with. Now, each hero has their own level. If you have never played a specific hero before, certain traits will be locked off to you. This is to allow the player to have a match or two to become familiar with the character before introducing them to more complex traits. Although seasoned players may complain that the content is too shallow for their liking, the newer audience will be easily assimilated into the growing player base. As I've said before, League of Legends has an enormous champion count, reaching above 120 champions. Each of these characters is refreshingly different from the next. Riot has outdone themselves with creating each hero that feels as different as they look. They have stuck with the standard support, tank, and carry roles, with a jungler or two thrown in. Now, every champion falls into one of these two categories and must be played as such. You don't feel like playing a carry? Well, you better not pick an Ashe or Miss Fortune. Although this does limit the number of characters one might be able to play if, say, they only play support and tanks, it shouldn't be a problem since there are dozens and dozens of champions to choose from that fall into one of those categories. Although Heroes of the Storm has a much lower hero count, Blizzard has done an amazing job of making innovative heroes that are also fun to play. For the most part, the heroes in Heroes of the Storm fall into similar categories as with League of Legends. The only difference is with the inclusion of the specialist hero. These heroes often have unique roles that are tailored for specific situations. Nevertheless, Blizzard has a long way to go to match up to the champion count that League of Legends has accumulated for itself. Both League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm are enjoyable and well-made MOBAs. Each has its pros and cons, yet each can excel at doing the most important thing right, being a fun video game. So let me know which you think is better. Are you for crafting items and slaying Baron, or would you rather capture mercenary camps and summon rock golems? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, let me know if you would enjoy seeing more of these versus videos as well. And as always, I will see you all in the next video.